welcome to a brand new episode of Heads Up, where we explore a brand new career for you. Well, be it an occasion as big as a wedding or something as small as a birthday party, how many of us can actually spare out time from our busy, hectic day-to-day lives to plan for such an occasion?
That's right, Simar. In fact, this problem is passé now. You can always turn to a professional who can help you out with your event. They can ensure that the end result of the event is exactly how you wanted it to be, if not better. Yes, I'm talking about event managers. So what exactly is the scope like in this particular field? And who better to answer this particular question than those who are the market leaders in this field themselves?
5, 4, 3, 2. Are you ready? Go.
Massive crowds, bustling energy levels, and you dancing to the music your favorite DJ has been playing all night. I'm sure this scenario sounds familiar if you have ever attended one of the biggest and most popular music events in India, Sunburn Festival. But have you ever considered what goes into planning an event of this magnitude? Karan and his team have been organizing the Sunburn Festival for the last 4 years, and being at the helm of affairs, he's had first-hand experience when it comes to planning an event this big right from the ground up.
In terms of what goes into an event, it's too many things to even list down. We have to take care of, literally every single detail. Pulling off these festivals is a lot about looking at every single thing, from production to the artists to technicals to safety and security to, of course, then the sponsors, the fan experience, the marketing, ticketing, the permissions and the venues as well. So there is a long laundry list and a checklist that we kind of look at to make sure that each event goes off smoothly.
That's just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the hard work that goes into putting an event together. While the event management industry has been in the spotlight over the last few years, it has gained a lot more popularity of late, courtesy event industry experts like Harindra Singh, who recognized this need and founded the event management wing of Percept in 1993. Percept not just organizes these events anymore, but also owns intellectual properties of other music festivals like Bollyboom and Winsong. So how do you reinvent yourself in an industry that is constantly growing?
At one time, it was a B2B service. It is virtually becoming a B2C service. If you see 10 years ago, you wouldn't even think a wedding was a very personal family affair. Now weddings are managed by event companies. Birthday parties are managed by event companies. Anniversaries, office farewell, everything is managed by event companies. So the industry has grown. So there are a few so-called the big organized corporate sector players who do own a large market share. I'm sure you've heard of Viscrafts, you've heard of Cineyug, you've heard of Showtime, Showbiz. There are plenty of them. Percept alone operates multiple brands, by the way, in the event business. So we have Percept Ice, we've got Active, we've got Sports, we've got Events, we've got Percept Live. So there's a reason for why we have so many of them.
While concerts definitely give you exposure on a larger level, it isn't your only career option as an event manager. You could organize events like conferences, product launches, birthday parties, fashion shows, or like Nimitesh, you could specialize in weddings.
The key difference is probably when you're planning a wedding, it's not like a corporate client where you actually get a brief and you say, okay, fine, this is what suits your brand, and you plan out the event for them. For weddings, it's more personalized. It's more the entire family gets involved. So it's not only the couple, but it's the parents, it's their relatives. Everyone gets involved. So it's a combined effort to finally plan a wedding, or to plan a dream wedding, what they want to execute. Also, in terms of obviously, since it's the entire family, it's not only one brief that we really want to work. So you have to keep happy everyone. So there are say 5-6 people of the family who are actually decision makers for this thing.
While challenges exist across different steps like conceptualizing, planning, budgeting, organizing, or even executing the event, the biggest challenge, however, is getting past the red tape hurdle.
In India, actually, live entertainment is still not a big business. It's still not kind of a business that is recognized as an industry by the government or the statutory bodies. So these are taken as one-off events, and hence we don't have the systems or processes set for it. Hence, each event is a kind of new journey, is a new struggle. So the major struggle comes obviously with the permissions. That's because we don't have set venues which have these permissions. Internationally, what you have arenas which are made for concerts, which are made for sports, and they come with ready permissions. We don't. Hence, we've got to deal with each authority separately for the permissions. That's a 3 to 5 week process basically, and you don't know till the end whether you're going to get the permissions or not.
While there's no dearth of big names in the event management industry, startups now are also venturing into this space with great enthusiasm. Well, I caught up with one such startup that claims to be your one-stop solution for everything while planning an event. Take a look. Whether it's a wedding, a corporate meet, or even a small get-together, shortlisting the right venue for your event is easier said than done. And this is exactly what two young friends were struggling to battle out a couple of years ago.
It was once when in 2013 we were planning to host a bachelor's party for one of our friends in Pune. And it took dozens of phone calls and inquiries here and there to find out the appropriate place where we could actually throw a party. And but we didn't really find a quick solution or a platform to something that would help us search similar event spaces and venues which would rather fit our budget and other requirements. And that's when we started really thinking about building a solution which would make this event planning more easier, and which would help a lot of people, hundreds of people who plan their events every day.
And with that idea in mind, Srinivas and Rahul started Mega Venues. Headquartered at Pune, the founders aim to provide a one-stop shop for all that you need for planning any event. And all that starts with pinning down the right venue. Spanning information of more than 10,000 venues across India, this startup is a marketplace for event spaces. Now what it means is that it hosts all the information you will need to check before finalizing a venue for your event.
Whatever your needs are, like what are the rates that you are comfortable in doing the functions at, what are your needs, what are the... So you check the pictures out, you check the rates, you check the facilities that a venue is providing. You compare them all on the website. And what you end up doing is you shortlist 2 or 3 by the end, or 1 or 2. So you are making sure that you are end up visiting maybe a couple of them, right? So you have optimized your energy, you're not wasting your time.
What started with an initial self-funding by the founders is now hoping to bag big investors. The startup partners with venues not only across 9 different cities in India, but also in US, Singapore and Dubai. Overseas clientele is a big hit, says Srinivas.
Oh well, right from the time we started, we've got a tremendous response. A lot of people logging onto the website and planning events. There was a consistency in the flow. I mean, surprisingly, we've got a lot of response from overseas. The Indians who are staying abroad in the US and the Europe and planning events here in India, which has made it so easy for them because of the time difference. It is impossible for them to stay awake at night and start calling the vendors over here or the venues to plan their events. So it's really make their lives easier, and that's when we decided to add a couple of international cities as well.
A rapidly growing industry with weddings, conferences, trade shows, product launches and many other events being hosted all over the world, and merging technology with traditional ways of planning an event is what these startups are interestingly looking out for. However, challenges do not remain too far.
The major hurdle that is faced by us is the venue owners demanding performance before even tying up, whereas the users are looking for venues, and if the venues are not tied up, obviously, that's like the biggest thing we had to face in the early stages. But because now that we are a brand, we have a good recognition, we have overcome all this.
Once the venue is in place, the startup brings several other stakeholders on board as well, covering all the aspects of planning an event, right from the decor to the DJ or even the caterer you wish to pick.
What we have started is what we have trying to roll. It is a new product. It is a vendor category separate from the venues. So it's like we have, for example, 6 to 7 categories we are trying to roll. So it's like makeup artists, photographers, DJs, caterers, event planners, event managers. So what we are trying to do is, for example, if you want to have a function at a particular venue and you want to have your photographer, your choice of photographer or your DJ, or you know that the catering over there at that venue is not nice, and you want to have a personalized the personalized vendor for the catering, right? So you can have you have all the list of the vendors on my website as well. So you can just have a look, their reviews, their ratings, how good their food is, how customers have told about what they have done in past, and you can obviously go ahead and select your personalized vendor for that particular function.
It wouldn't be incorrect to say that the event management space isn't a lucrative industry for startups to venture into. The founders of this very startup say they manage to give in leads to roughly 10 crore business every week. Need we say more? It's time for us now to slip into a short break. On the other side, join us as Ankita speaks to students of EMDI Institute of Media and Communications, Mumbai, talking about the different career options that you can explore in the event management industry right after the break.
Welcome back to the show. While earlier students bagged a job in event management without any formal training in this particular field, the trend is now changing. So how much of an edge does doing a course in event management give you? To find out just that, we are at the EMDI Institute of Media and Communication. Thank you so much for joining me. So tell me a little bit about just how much of an edge does doing a course in event management give you?
Not exactly an edge, but it gives a platform where you can perform well, you can think, you can where exactly creative thinking comes across, where it helps to come across everything possibly and come to a conclusion with your smart way.
Right. Do you want to add something more to that?
Yeah, for me, EMDI has been not just a course, it's a life-changing course, because at this point of time, I feel EMDI offers a lot of things, like where you could come and meet the various kinds of faculties they bring in for our lectures, and networking is the most important thing to get into any of the thing, which I feel EMDI has given us the opportunity to meet the most important people in the industry, and it has given us a lot of other hand-on experience and on-the-job training.
Do you agree with him?
When actually you just graduate and you just get into an event management company where you're working, not everyone tells you or they guide you through what you have to do. They just tell you that this is your job and you have to get it done. Whereas when you're taking this course, the thing is that the professors, like I already said, they shape you into a different individual. They tell you what are the do's and don'ts. When you go out in the industry, you're already industry ready. You know what is going to happen in the industry, what the people expect from you, what do you want to do or add on as an individual to the company and grow along with it. So yeah, there is definitely a lot of difference when you actually pursue the course and versus just actually going into a company and directly working there.
Okay, do you agree with her?
Yes, definitely. I do agree on what she just said, because when you go into the field without being prepared already, you just have a designation or you have a job that's given to you and you end up doing it. But you don't, what you see over there is what you learn. But when you come here, like when I went on my first job, they showed me 4 different kinds of lights. They showed me this is this, this is that. But when I came here, they showed me 30,000 different kinds of lights. They showed me different kinds of speakers, they showed me different kinds of trussing, they showed me technicals I didn't know that I should know. They taught me how to put it all together. They showed me basically the things that other people don't have the time to teach you is taught here.
So Sonali, tell me, how do you plan your curriculum here at EMDI? What is the course plan like?
You know, the scope is basically for employability for the youth and getting them job ready, enhancing skills. And it's a 1-year program which has a blend of classroom training as well as on-field curriculum and learning. So when we talk about classroom training, we have faculties that come in from the industry. Our curriculum is vetted and it is edited, modified all the time by pioneers of the industry who tell us the changing trends, and we tweak it to optimize it the best. When we talk about on-field, we have them working on different categories of events, whether it's 1 day, 2 days, 1 week stints, 2-week internships.
Right.
But it's a whole range of events that they work on, from glamorous weddings to sporting events like IPL and Standard Chartered Marathon, music events, festivals like your Sunburn, EVC,
Right.
and of course conferences, MICE events, all of that as well. You know, they do the Lit Fest, they do Kala Ghoda, and a lot of wonderful experiences they've had through the year.
So now that you have quite a bit of exposure in this field, tell me a little bit about you. Like what is it that you want to do?
I've already started my own company. It's named The Proposal Weddings. And initially, when I came to this course, or when I started this course, I had no idea that I'll ever do something like this, because I was someone who came here thinking, you know what, I'll keep studying. My parents will keep paying for me till I keep studying. So that's what I thought. But then after coming here, after going through this course, I actually got that confidence, that change of heart, where I didn't want to make my parents support me. I wanted to go on, take that risk, and it is really, once you do it, it's a different ball game altogether.
But entrepreneurship is a really bold move. Have you weighed in the pros and cons of it before deciding?
My biggest pro is, you know, probably down the line, I'll become really big in this industry. I might become very well known. I might be a few of those top people there. The biggest con was if I fail, then I'm not going to be known at all. But taking that con, I learned from this institute so much, because I thought of it like this. Maybe when I start a company, I need to go out and get a website. So what I did was I learned myself how to make that website. This college, they taught us how to, this institute, sorry, they taught us how to use Photoshop. So that helped me a lot, because I designed my own website. I designed my own logo with Photoshop and Illustrator. I literally, so basically what this college helped me do is learn while I'm becoming that entrepreneur. So say I fail. I know Photoshop now. I know how to design my own website. I know how to put down management in a company. I know the different departments that I needed. I have around 1,000 vendors with me right now, and I have around, for my wedding company, I have around 1,000 different stages on my computer set. If someone comes, I have 1,000 different Vidhi Mandabs, I have 1,000 different venue options. All of that done just because, you know, I took that risk to go out there.
Would you also choose one of these events or weddings, or would you want to do something else completely different?
Definitely, weddings is something which interests me. Apart from that, live events, concerts, events like Sunburn and EVC, which I'm more inclined towards, because obviously that gives you a kick, which makes you work hard, which makes you put in that extra effort to the event. So that is what, comparing that to a corporate event or another event which is just a normal social gathering, yeah, this is something which I'm really interested in. And definitely this course has contributed or allowed us, given us this opportunity that we go to such events and know about our strengths. If we didn't have the experience to go on corporate events as well as wedding events, as well as live events, as well as MICE events, we wouldn't have actually known what our core strengths are and what our interests are.
Right. So is entrepreneurship on the cards for you as well?
Definitely in the near future.
So reality shows are another vertical that you could explore. How does that interest you?
My interest first was into events, where I thought events would be my cup of tea. But later, as the days passed by, the lectures we met, the sessions what we had, my interest slowly grew into corporate as well as into management and coordination sectors. So wherein celebrity management comes into that sector, where I felt that this would be my cup of tea, where I found interest in my mentors, my teachers, all of them, they helped me in fact to learn, to understand what exactly the sector is. It's not all about glamour. In fact, it's all about how you work hard, how you be a backbone for the person.
So events like Sunburn are huge. So what are the challenges that you can think of that goes into planning an event of that magnitude?
Investment, the legal issues that we face, that's the biggest actually, because you can't say what will happen, you can't say if we can get permissions, and sometimes that hinders our creativity, because we want to do something that is out of the box, but we cannot get the rights to do that, or we can't get licenses to do that. So that's a very big issue for us.
What about you, Sonali? What are the other challenges that you can think of?
It's strange that you mentioned Sunburn, because when they joined, they all were after me, we want to work on Sunburn, we want to go out there, and they used to, like, you know, literally mob me when I entered campus. And I said, look, you guys have to first be in class, you know, and we have to train you all, mold you all, and then send you all out. So that is a challenge, because from the beginning these students want to go out and work on events, because for them that's what event management is. Whereas for us the classroom training is also important. The sessions that happen here are much more important. It's not the number of events that they work on through the year, but it's the other things that actually put together a great career start for them.
So there you go. Doing a professional course in event management could definitely help you out in the long run. That's all we have on today's show. Thank you for watching.